All right, boys and girls, children of all ages, fellow pandemic travelers, this is Seattle Pandemic Shutdown Day, oh God, I messed it up again, 29/48. We're approaching like 50 days of voluntary lockdown in the greater Puget Sound area, and there's a little bit of traffic today. And if you've been following me, of course, I drive around and look at things because this is bizarre. Now, that doesn't excuse driving like a moron, maybe like the person you see in front of me, but I've captured some terrible driving maneuvers with this little drive to work test. Anyways, it's raining here in Seattle. That's on brand. The Governor Inslee, yesterday, I hyped it. I was like, Governor Inslee's going to tell us something. It's going to be a revelation. And then he told us nothing. There's no plan. I'm going to appoint some community leaders. I know that's just a precursor to we need a diverse community response. Sure, fine. How much time and energy are we going to spend on the diversity of the task force that you assign? Just shut up. You didn't tell us anything. There's no time frame, there's no timeline, there's no criteria, there's no, we've got different phases, even the feds were releasing this stuff, like criteria, like under a certain age, over a certain age, of a certain health background, not a certain health background, certain types of businesses, yay, nay, give us something. People are freaking out, and like this guy in Canada went around and killed like probably 20, 30 or more people, and I guarantee you it's Corona crazies. It's totally Corona crazies. It's, I have my business is gone, I'm hooked on government welfare, I'm child support from an ex. There's no future. We're all gonna die. This guy goes out on a rampage. I guarantee you that it's connected. Now, never mind that guy. How about just people just quietly, succumbing to the terror? And trust me, like I've said before, like at night, sitting at home, with not necessarily anything to do, oh boy, can that anxiety set in. And I'm still working. My life hasn't really been impacted that much. People are freaking the fuck out, man. We gotta give people some kind of timeline so that they know that there's something in the future. We gotta give them that. This is not okay. Alright. So, pragmatism. I don't know, man. There's obvious political gamesmanship happening. This is all Trump's fault. As though the governors, again, didn't have the power and authority to lock down their own states individually whenever they wanted to. Were they taking their cues from the feds? Is that fine? I don't know. I guess so. That doesn't seem like leadership to me, but people want to dump this all in Trump's lap, and it does not belong in Trump's lap. And again, I'll go back to the media. The media had a responsibility to be informing the public about the public health crisis we were facing back in January. But what were they talking about? The stupid impeachment. I hate them. I swear I hate them all. They are trying to blame Trump now when their responsibility was to, again, be, the fourth estate, right? They were supposed to be the fourth estate. They're supposed to keep power in check, but also inform the people about what's going on. They did not. Now, I had my own sources of information that told me what was going on, which is why I was buying supplies back in January and February, right? This isn't that hard. This isn't that complicated, but they want to dump this all on Trump, and then if I go, yeah, it's not exactly Trump's fault, then you want to get mad at me, people want to get mad at me. Sorry, it's just not so. Wait a second. God, I've done this so many times. Because this splits into 2 lanes. Doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Anyways, the media has bongled. What am I trying to say? The media has just bungled this. Bungled? There we go. Bungled. The media bungled this. Our government bungled this. The House Democrats bungled this. And you can argue that Trump bungled this, but the timeline of events doesn't map to, like, negligence, really. Like, you could say that the Trump administration should have acted faster, could have acted faster. Okay, fine. Eisenhower should have known exactly how many men were going to be lost on the beaches of D-Day and the beaches of Normandy, and the fact that he didn't makes him liable for, after the fact being prosecuted for negligence, because he didn't know exactly how many men were gonna be lost. Right? This global pathogen pandemic, and it's killing hundreds of thousands of people around the world, but Trump gets 40,000 here in the United States under his administration, and that's now 100% his fault, which, again, the governors are responsible for their own states, right? That's what everybody was arguing about for at least a day or two a few days ago. Trump said that he has ultimate authority. Well, no, then he backtracked because he doesn't, and that then puts responsibility for reopening on the governors. Guess what? The ball is in your court. Inslee, you have to make the right decisions right now. And that means a whole series of correct decisions in the right order at the right time, and we are not even started. And Inslee didn't give us any starting point yesterday with his press conference. We're still at 0. We're at nothing. We haven't even started yet. Like, we've got to nail down some criteria, okay? Some guidelines, some criteria, some information to get people moving again. And that's how we'll fight the pandemic of fear and terror and violence that's coming. If we don't get people back to work, get them back producing things like food and distributing food and products, we're going to start to see that apocalyptic imagery that you're afraid of in a pandemic. And it will be worse than you think, because you're going to be the victim of it. You're not going to be watching it on a TV screen. And I understand how that sounds when I say it. I'm fear-mongering. But is it responsible fear-mongering? I don't know. I think so. I think everybody needs a big kick in the ass to tell them that we're still in motion here. And we all have to start making some hard decisions about what we're going to do. And we need our government to lead us, which is literally what they're supposed to be for, but they're not doing it. Which leaves it up to you and me to lead the way, which means hygiene, sanitizing surfaces, going about our day safely, masking up if you need to. We got to do these things and then go back to work and demonstrate that it can be done. Boeing's allegedly going back to work this week. Okay? I don't know what that means, but keep that in mind. Right? Some industry is opening back up, which is a good thing. Okay. Rant over. Remember, I go out so you don't have to. Bye.